Hi, this is Billie Beene with a U.S. News Flash. Today's date, February 22, 2024. The time is about 7 p.m. And we just had a third sun flare, X flare. And I was off of my computer for a few hours. When I got on, first thing I saw was my computer said, "Oh, we're getting your time clock ready." And I didn't pay much attention. I got the updates. And then I looked at the time. And the time now in Texas is 6:58, close to 7 p.m. But what I was looking at on my computer pretty about 30 minutes ago was an hour earlier, 6 p.m. So I'm thinking the time change, and I checked that. It's supposed to happen March 10. So then I went and checked my analog clocks and did a few other things, probably about 15 or 20 minutes. Now I come back. Now my computers are aligned with the current time, and it's current and set coordinated with my analog time. I submit something did happen to my computer. It did change the time, because when I first went on about 6 p.m., I saw a little image. "We're getting your time clock ready for you." So what we had from the sun last night, just before midnight, February 21, an X flare 1.7. Shortly after midnight, we had a second X flare 1.8. We just had this afternoon a third X flare 6.8. And I submit to you, we're not getting the real story. So what this impact will do, we saw today a takedown of AT&T, Verizon, Cricket, and then it spread from cell phones, internet service, cable services. So what these X flares did, and I was reporting on these, but the third is in the same category. They have unstable beta, gamma, delta magnetic fields. They are not predicted to produce CMEs nor aurora. They do affect electronics, marine navigation, ham radio operators, shortwave with signals below 30 hertz. And now we're getting this from Strange Sounds reports. Check out what's happening. First, we saw Congress receive satellite phones, and that was about 6 months ago. Then we saw the FBI recently is warning cyber attack coming. And then we saw today, February 22, we did see something cyber, or did we see something solar? Now, I find it peculiar that the mainstream media is saying, "Oh, the sun had no impact upon the cyber situation." And we have this from JWTV. He has information from a local sheriff that their systems had been hacked, and it was a nationwide situation. I submit to you, it was global. Although the U.S., here is the U.S., we did have impacts here in the Pacific Ocean. It also impacted Hawaii. And then we had another area over here that was impacted by the solar X flares. So the sheriff is saying it was a nationwide cyber attack. and that power companies have been installing recently some type of new device on power lines. I believe it's a combination of both. I believe, and I've been reporting, we're going to have some kind of space event, galactic sheets of waves of energy, Nibiru, Planet X, a binary sun, something impacting the sun. And we've seen increasingly the electromagnetic shield around the earth to protect us from these kind of situations with the sun has been going down for decades and is now very, very low. Now for the U.S., I believe that the South Atlantic anomaly, and this is an area that had been over, so we have the U.S. and we have South America. It had been over South America, but it spread out to Europe. And now I believe also the U.S. And what that means is the Earth's electromagnetic shield around South America, Europe, the U.S. is down. My perception is it's most likely very close to ground level. That means we would have less protection from anything coming off the sun. I believe that the governments have known about this coming solar event and space event, and impact on the sun, impact on communications, and that they are trying to use it to their advantage. Or it could be they're trying to get it back in place as soon as possible so they don't panic people. But I can report here in South Texas, when I checked my computer at 6 p.m. today, February 22, the time clock was 1 hour early. And I saw the image on my computer. We're getting your time clock ready for you. Well, I submit something was going on. Now, about 7 p.m. on February 22, the time, and I have 2 computers and a laptop, are now back to the correct analog time. So, this concludes my heads up. I love you, and I'll see you soon.